Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do yet another guide, which I'm really excited about. I'm excited about this commander, which I'm doing, and it's gonna be Dwalin. I gotta admit, I slept on this. I slept on him too. I didn't expect him to be this good. So you will see it later in the report. He is a really good commander. Um, but yeah, for the beginning, I'm gonna show you or explain how he works, how to get him even. I know I forgot that part about Boromir, but I mean it's just obvious, you know. You either open some chests and get some ale or the specific item, and you can level him up. So there is not really much to talk about there. Um, then we will talk about his attributes, his skills. I show you what build I'm running, what else you could run on him, and then we will talk about the equipment, what you should equip on him, the army which I'm running, or what is recommended to run with him, and then I'm gonna show few reports. I actually had a big fight yesterday. Since it's the season's ends, we prepared a huge fight in the Fangorn Forest, and four factions just battled each other. It was amazing. So I got a lot of reports to show you. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now, Dwalin is one of the starter commanders if you choose Erebor. If you've chosen Erebor, you instantly unlock him. So that's great. Um, since, you know, he's a solid commander after all. Otherwise, you know, he's gonna use this Pipeweed, which is otherwise Ori and Merry Pippin, which are, in my opinion, both one of the worst commanders in the game, basically. So you definitely want to level up to Dwalin with this one. And obviously you can do some AL as well. He's a warrior, so he's gonna get a lot of might and plus two skill points. It's at level 20, I believe, when these bonuses unlock. So he's gonna get a lot of might, two skill points, which is nice, and his physical damage is gonna get boosted even more, which is awesome. Now, as you can already see, his might is the highest stat. Obviously, he's gonna be a cleave commander. He's gonna do a lot of physical damage, focus, which is not quite useless on him. I believe he does one skill is focus damage, not on but based on focus, but otherwise, yeah, speed is usually not that important anyway. Yeah, that's all to his stats. Let's go right into his skills. Now, as I said, if you're playing Erebor, you will unlock him immediately, and you're gonna have him at respect level 1 with these skills, which are both great. So, Musician is gonna increase your army speed and defense, and at max level, your army gonna get +3 to the attack, which is pretty good. That's pretty solid if you're using dwarves, because we will talk about that at the army composition part as well. If you're using dwarves, they're gonna have a pretty wide attack uh, base range. You know, like the master throwers, I believe, are from 5 to 33. So it's always nice to boost that damage as well. Otherwise, I'm not really sold on this speed and defense percent. I mean, on dwarves, defense percent is gonna go well for sure, but otherwise, I don't know. As you can see, I didn't use this skill because I already have him at respect level 3. Anyway, I'll explain my reasons behind that later. Um, Um, yeah, so the next skill is Relief. The allied unit with the highest defense, so basically your tanks, are gonna recover X amount of HP, which is, like I said, modified by the focus stat. So this skill usually heals are always modified by the focus stat. So focus is gonna benefit these, but we will talk about that as well in a little bit. And this one removes one random debuff, which is really good, and one ally, all allied units, not one, so all allied units recover HP. Both have round 2 cooldown, so it's gonna activate in round 3, 6, and 9. Now, let's go to the upper skill tree, Experienced Warrior. His normal attack damage is gonna get boosted, as well as his damage against melee units is gonna get boosted. It's not a percent, this is a flat amount. So I'm not really sure how this calculates. I never really did calculations. Like, I know you could calculate the defense, the damage reduction, and everything, how this goes into the mix. But I think it's gonna get added to the might. Anyway, so yeah, his damage is just gonna be more against melee units, basically. Yeah, and I think it's pretty significant. So you will notice that in the reports later as well. Collaboration. You if you watched my Boromir guide, you already know this skill. It's another boost to the normal attacks. I also showed in the other guide how this works. It's basically a second attack. So he does his normal attack and then he activates this skill, Collaboration, and that deals another portion of his normal attacks on top of that. Hunt Down is gonna get a damage boost against one of the enemies, which is modified by the might stat. So whenever he attacks one target, like the skill or the normal attacks or whatever, that target is gonna get a debuff. You're gonna deal more damage against him, not only your commander, but also your army. This portion of the damage boost is again boosted by the might stat for 2 rounds, and it stacks up. So if in the next round, if you attack the same unit again with Dwalin, if Dwalin attacks the same unit again, he's gonna get double of this effect because it stacks up, and it's also for 2 rounds. So really great skill, especially because Dwalin has high might, so it gets boosted by a lot. There is always a little bit RNG behind it, obviously, because you basically want the units to be the squish units, and you want Dwalin to hit him twice, so this effect stacks up. If that doesn't happen, it's fine. You're still gonna get some buff against the army, but it's just a little bit RNG heavy. But it's not gonna be anything negative because Anyway, let's hop to the respect level 3 tree. Durin's Blood is gonna increase his skill damage, which is really good. Skill damage means basically all the skills he has which deal damage. So we will talk about these two in a second. And this one is gonna get boosted. Those gonna get boosted by 35%, and at max level, his might get increased, which is amazing. Alright, Whirlwind deals a lot of damage against 2 enemy targets. 300% is a lot. And it also prioritizes melee units. So we already have 1 melee unit counter here, and now here as well. Pretty good. So he's gonna be effective against melee targets. Obviously, if the enemy only uses one melee target, it's gonna go over to one of the archers. But yeah, otherwise, it's gonna prioritize those melee units. All in, this is huge. It's only round 3 cooldown, so this one was round 2. This is round 3, so round 4 and 8. Against one enemy target deals ridiculous amount of damage, 750 physical damage, but he will reduce his next damage deal. So he activates this skill, does a ton of damage, and then the next damage, whatever damage he does next, is gonna get reduced by 50%. So, you know, he goes in, deals a huge shot, and, you know, he's gonna recover for his next attack, so it's not gonna be that strong. That's basically how this skill works. Yeah, amazing skills all in all, especially if you consider, you know, skill damage boosted. Anyway, I don't have him at respect level 5, but it's okay. These skills are okay, but very situational, I'd say. It's an army boost, army damage reduction, actually, minus 50% at max, and the max level effect also gives your army burn damage received minus 50%, which is a lot. So we will talk about that in a second. Longbeard is gonna ignore a portion of the target's defense, so whatever target he's attacking at the moment, he's gonna ignore a portion of his defense, which is obviously gonna calculate into from the defense flat stat, and you know it's just gonna diminish that. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really test it, but I'm gonna talk about that in a second as well. Giant Slayer is an alright skill. It's damage against large units, so trolls and Muma kills, basically. It's alright in the beginning. I explained that with Eowyn as well. She also has this Giant Slayer skill. In the beginning, you wanna take tiles, and the higher level the tile is, the higher the chance that you're gonna encounter those trolls or ravagers. It's gonna do alright against that, especially because, you know, he's doing a lot of melee damage and physical damage and stuff. So it's gonna be good, but otherwise, yeah, I'm not really. It's situational. So let's talk about builds in a bit. Respect level 1, obviously you won't have many options, so you basically gonna go with these two skills, which are both great. Like I said, musician is alright, especially because of these two heals. It's not gonna heal a lot because his focus is not high, you know, and is modified by the focus stat. So he's not gonna heal a lot, but it's gonna be useful as for sure. And, you know, experienced warrior is just dealing a ton of damage, so that's fine. But otherwise, if you unlock him at respect level 3, like I did, you, in my opinion, you definitely want to go over Dwalin's Blood and leave this tree. Especially because, you know, if you max these things, because you wanna have as much heal as possible, so you're gonna max this one, it's not gonna be that good, in my opinion. So, you know, Dwalin's Blood is a lot better, especially because of these two skills. It's just a huge amount of damage. Plus, he even boosts that further with his skill damage boost, and he also gains might. So, you know, it's for me, it's a clear choice. Just these two skill trees. Now, if you have him at respect level 5 and over, beyond that, like I said, this tree is really situational. There are situations where it's really good. For example, against evil factions, they have a lot of fire damage, burn damage, obviously. Especially alchemists and pirates and everything. Also, Kamul and Witch King has these two nuke builds, which rely on alchemists. You know, he boosts the alchemist's fire damage. He boosts his their um, maximum damage and so on. So this is gonna be really really good to counter those. You know, you're basically gonna take half of the damage. Plus, you know, the evil commanders also rely on those taunt trolls to protect the alchemist, for example. You know, most of those builds are actually relying on taunt trolls. You know, the trolls that taunt in the beginning of the battle. So you're gonna have to focus them. And in the meantime, those alchemists are just putting out bonkers damage. So this is gonna be really good. You know, if you're going against Mordor or anything evil, and you notice, okay, shit, they are using those nuke armies with alchemists and trolls and stuff. Um, you might want to consider switching to this tree if you have him unlocked. You know, I would leave Durin's blood. I would give up this one, and actually leave this. So put all the points in here, and then max this tree out, max this one out, and from there it depends. You know, I don't really know how good this skill is. I'm expecting it to be really good, but I'm not sure. You could put some points in here, or yeah, you would actually have to max this tree out to be good. So, you know, max these two skill trees if you are going against burn damage armies, so alchemists and anything. Otherwise, you know, just go with this tree, this combo I have. Now, if you are wailing on him or something, you know, you have him at respect level 10 or 15, which not many of us gonna have. But if you do, you're obviously gonna max these two skill trees, and in my opinion, the best thing you could do is put some points in here and fill up this skill, because he is gonna deal a lot of physical damage, which is always reduced by the enemy defense. So if you are able to ignore that defense, or at least a portion of it, damn, that's gonna be huge. So I think Dwalin at high respect levels is really is gonna be a monster, especially with this kill, you know. So yeah, but otherwise he's still gonna be good at respect 3 plus. He's amazing already. So yeah, that's all about his skills and builds. Let's jump real quick to his equipment. Um, yeah, obviously, might. He's gonna deal a lot of physical damage, or one of his skills is even based on might. So you want to increase might on him. As you can see, Commander Might, a lot. I don't have anything. I didn't have anything here, so I just put whatever I had. Doesn't matter. If you have some might accessory, sure, put it on him. But otherwise, just yeah. Also, I said this many times. Whatever army you use, you want to boost their stats. So you know, I'm using dwarves on him actually. So I'm looking for stuff that boosts either dwarves or even defense. You know, dwarves are already really tanky, so I just want to make them even tankier. You know, defense melee, melee units damage received, whatever. So that's all. for his equipment. Just boost his might as high as possible, and he's gonna do all right. Yeah, so let's jump right into army. What army I'm running with him? I can show you that right now. I'm running dwarves with him, guardians and master throwers, and some ram riders. Now, ram riders, I kind of slept on them as well, but I think they are great because of this skill, which is reducing the enemy target's defense for 50%. Of course, there is gonna be some RNG again, because you know, if they are using 3 units or at least 2 units in a front line, there is a 50-50 chance which one he's gonna hit, and which one is Dwalin gonna go for, you know, because you obviously want to reduce the defense of that one target, so Dwalin goes after him, or you know, in the next round at least, and he's gonna hit that exact target and deal a lot more damage than he would normally do. So that's why I'm using Ram Riders here. It's basically because I don't have that one skill, you know, in the respect level 5 tree, which is ignoring the defense of one enemy target. So this is basically to help with my damage. Otherwise, yeah, massive throwers are actually pretty good, but you know, their damage is just kind of, again, RNG heavy. So you might hit 7, you might hit 35. It's actually 5 to 33, but you know, I had this army boost. And yeah, Guardians just really good tanks, and they are actually dealing a decent amount of damage. Now, what else you could run with him? In my opinion, what else you could run with him? You know, you could run some tanks. So God of the Tower is gonna work well as well, because he's tanking. You could use cataphracts as well. In the back, you know, if you're not really sold on these master throwers, I myself, I'm not really, but you know, I'm still using them because dwarves, you know, it just suits the build. But otherwise, use bow knights if you don't like these master throwers. Master throwers are actually pretty good at countering melee units. So you're gonna have a lot of melee unit damage. You know, Dwalin is all. Many of his skills are gonna go against melee units, and then you even gonna increase the damage with the master throwers. You know, it's I don't know. I like the idea behind this. That's why I'm running them. Otherwise, just use bone knights and whatever. God of the Tower. You could even put some Dunedains to counter archers. It's fine. He's gonna deal most of the biggest part of the damage in the battle, so it doesn't really matter. If you are Gondor or you know, Rohan, you are gonna be close to Oathbreakers, which I'm not. I didn't run them, but I've seen one guy running them, and it actually worked out pretty fine. I'm gonna show that in the reports part in a second. But first, let me show you my reports here. He's just basically slapping everything. You know, it's I barely had any. You know, if I'm going against 50-50, you know, like level 50 commanders, I barely see his damage going under 100k. So it's really crazy. His damage is just huge, as you can see, 124k, just completely annihilated the enemy army. This was from the fight yesterday. This wasn't even a full army here, 130k, you know. Plus, you know, this is what I was talking about, this taunt troll build, you know. He's using the taunt trolls to protect his alchemists, which are gonna deal the biggest part of the damage, as you can see, 84k. So he's using the taunt trolls, And now, I'm using master throwers to counter them. So yeah, that's basically the idea behind it. And respect level 5, you're gonna kill those taunt trolls even quicker with his Giant Slayer skill. And you're gonna get to these alchemists, which are basically defenseless. They are squishy as fuck, and they are gonna die. If those taunt trolls aren't here anymore, they're just gonna die like flies. So that's basically the idea behind the respect level 5 build. And instead of 84k, they are gonna deal 42k, because you are reducing the damage they are dealing by 50%. So that's the idea behind the whole respect level 5 tree. But I don't have him unlocked at that level, so I wasn't able to use that, test that. But you get what I mean. Yeah, here again, 155. Jesus. So yeah, he's dealing a lot of damage. And the army damage part is actually also decent. He already had these Ravagers, so my Master Throwers went to town, and he only used many units, so they are gonna get a lot of boosts. That's why I'm using Master Throwers here. Yeah, Momakis are just OP, but I kind of was able to counter them with Dwalin. Especially if you have Giant Slayer on him, because they also count as large units. Master Throwers are, again, gonna do pretty well against them. Yeah, just no chance. 120k. Oh, it expired. Oh, that's a shame. This was okay. I'm sorry about that. This was one of my best reports with him, actually. It just expired a few hours ago in that case, because I put this this report part together in few hours before, and this report actually existed. It was a 185k hit with Dwalin. Anyway, this is the this is the heal to Dwalin, which I was talking about, the respect level 1 tree, the musician, where he is healing. But you can see his commander damage actually went down. So with my build, he for sure would have been able to deal like at least 150k here. He healed a bit, but it's just, I don't know, I like the damage. I like doing damage more, like 120k or something, and just completely annihilate enemy armies. Now, we had one guy, hold on, I'm just gonna search it real quick. It was today. We had one guy using Oathbreakers, here it is. Which is actually working really well if you are going against good commanders, which doesn't have pursuit or ignoring enemy avoidance or anything. It's gonna go really well. You could use full Oathbreakers, and just they're not gonna deal any damage to you, and your Dwalin is just gonna go to town. That's basically the idea behind this combination. You don't even have to use anything besides them. You could just, if you have a lot of gold, like I do, I do have a lot of gold. Just go full Oathbreakers and watch Dwalin slay everything. That's the idea behind it. But yeah, that's all to him. Like I said, I really slept on him. It was like 2 weeks ago that I actually got him to level 50. So I really slept on Dwalin, and I kind of regret it. I wish I had focused on him for a while, because you saw he's a really solid commander. He's dealing a lot of damage. One of the best tier 1 commanders, as I mentioned in the Boromir guide. Eowyn is my number 1 still. She's just amazing, stun immunity and boosting the enemy army, the allied army, amazing. And Dwalin is close seconds to her. He's dealing a lot of damage and also has a lot of versatility with respect level 5-3, you know, countering basically every fire damage dealing nuke army from the evil side. So yeah, I think in my opinion, if you have those two unlocked, definitely focus on them, Eowyn and Dwalin. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was helpful, or I hope I might have changed your minds about going for Dwalin. You know, it's especially Erebor. I mean, you even gonna have those T4 dwarves, which are just really tanky and amazing. So you definitely wanna put all your focus in him, um, and just enjoy using him because he's a really great commander. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, if it was helpful, make sure to back on the like button. If you have any ideas or tips or experiences, make sure to share it with me in the comments, and not only with me but with the others as well. But otherwise, see you guys later. Peace out.